Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to InnoCarnival 2023 online seminar. This seminar will be conducted in English. Today, we are glad to invite Professor Siu, Head Department of Information System of City University of Hong Kong, to share with us on the seminar topic, Fintech Innovation in Metaverse, Challenges and Opportunities with Generative AI and ChatGPT. If you have any questions about the webinar, you may send us your questions at the Q&A button if you are joining us in Zoom. If you are watching our live at YouTube, you may send us your questions in the chat box. I will try to help you to ask the questions in the last 5 minutes. Now, let me pass the time to Professor Siu. Professor Siu, please.
Okay, thank you, everybody. Thank you for joining this webinar on financial or fintech innovation in Metaverse. So this is related to a project that I'm doing. I'm actually looking at how Hong Kong, as a financial center, can retain its financial status or the World Financial Center status with all these new technologies such as Metaverse, Generative AI, and ChatGPT. So that's what I'm looking at. So let me share my PowerPoint, and then we can start the discussion. Right. So okay, let me start the presentation. So I assume you can see my PowerPoint. So let me go into the presentation mode. So this is my topic for today, fintech innovation in Metaverse. What are the challenges? What are the opportunity in these areas? So a bit about myself first. So my name is Keng Ling Xiao. Xiao is my last name. So you may find this name a bit interesting. It's a Singapore name. I'm from Singapore originally. So so my Chinese name is Xiao Qinglong. So currently I'm the head of the Department of Information Systems at the City University of Hong Kong. Right. So my research interest will be in Metaverse, ChatGPT, Web3, AI, robotics, machine learning related issues, digital transformation and innovation, and business analytics and data science. So I moved to Hong Kong in 2021. Before that, I was in the US, US for 26 years. And then before that, I was in Canada for 4 years. So in North America for about 30 years. And then in 2021, I moved to Hong Kong and I joined the City University of Hong Kong. So I did my PhD at the University of British Columbia in Vancouver, Canada. So University of British Columbia is one of the top schools in the world. I think the latest QS World University ranking is 34 in the world. And the Times higher education ranking is 40 in the world. Before that, I did my bachelor and my master at the National University of Singapore. So that's also a top school. Latest ranking in the world, QS World University ranking is ranked number 8 in the world. And the Times Higher Education World University ranking, I think the latest one is from last year, is ranked 19. So this is my background. Currently, I'm at the City University of Hong Kong, and that's also one of the top schools in Hong Kong, or in the world as well. Okay, the latest QS ranking, 70 in the world. So in the whole world, it's ranked 70. And the World University ranking by the Times Higher Education ranking is 82 in the world. In Asia, it's ranked 23rd in Asia, and the Time Higher Education ranking is 16 in the world. if you look at the patents and the publication, for the US utility patents, we are number 1 in Hong Kong, the City University of Hong Kong, and also the number 1 in Hong Kong for citation per faculty in QS World University Ranking. Okay, so number 1 in Hong Kong for 2 ranking, and we have 29 faculty members as the highly cited researcher for 2022 by Caravac. So this is also in the whole world. So in the whole world, and then we are ranked fairly high. And in CTU alone, we have 29 highly cited researchers. I'm in the Department of Information Systems. We look at information systems in the City University of Hong Kong. We are ranked number 1 in Asia. Asia, depending on irrespective of which journal you look at, the publication outlet for academics, we are ranked number 1 in the Asia, and we are ranked in the top 10 in the world. Whether you use 3 years data or use 5 years data, whether you use normal data or adjusted data, whether you use 2 academic journals, 4 or 8 the top academic journals in the information systems area. All right, so that's some of the information about the City University of Hong Kong and also the Information Systems Department in City University of Hong Kong. And for the Stanford top 2% scientists globally, in the department we have 8 of us. Okay, the IS, that means the Information Systems Department. This is a list for the College of Business. College of Business in the City University of Hong Kong. We have 6 departments in the City University of Hong Kong Business College. And we have 15 people on the top 2% by the Stanford University data, and 8 of them are related to the Information Systems Department. So of the 6 departments in College of Business, and out of 15 of them in the College of Business, the IS Information Systems Department, we have 8 of them on the Stanford top 2% scientists. So is this important? Yes. You just Google, you will see that a lot of schools will say that we have 5 in the school, we have 10 in the school, or we have 10 in the whole universities. In the whole City University of Hong Kong, we have about 200, I guess, about 200 in the top 2% scientists globally for the whole City University of Hong Kong. In the College of Business, we have 15, and in the Information Systems Department, we have 8 of us. So I'll skip this one. I'll go straight into the presentation topic. So today we are looking at the Fintech innovation in Metaverse. So challenges, opportunities with Gen AI, generative AI. One of them is the ChatGPT. So we'll be looking at Metaverse, we'll be looking at Fintech, we'll be looking at AI, and then generative AI, which is one of them is ChatGPT, and what are the opportunities and what are the challenges. So as I mentioned earlier, this is related to a topic that I'm working now, how to retain Hong Kong financial center status, Hong Kong World Financial Center status, when we have this thing called the Metaverse. And we try to incorporate AI into this Metaverse, and we'll see what we can do in the Metaverse, what are the challenges, what are the opportunities related to financial services, for example, Fintech. So just a brief definition about Fintech. So Fintech means financial technology. So basically it's innovative. So we are looking at this presentation at this Inno Carnival. So we want to look at some innovative use of technology to deliver financial services, financial products, and financial solutions. So Fintech, if you're familiar with that, it has been a really transformative wave in the financial industry for the last 5 years, 10 years. It's driven, what's the cause of it? Digital advances, technology advances, which enable us to provide better customer experience, improving the efficiency of financial services, and promoting financial inclusion. So we can include more people in all these financial services. The Fintech comprises of a wide range of sectors and services. So, for example, the common one, banking, insurance, investment is also an important sector in the fintech area. And we can look at digital payments, mobile banking, blockchain-based cryptocurrencies, robotic advisor or AI advisor. We will touch on all this briefly as we go along in the presentation. So you look at fintech initiative, financial services initiative in Hong Kong. So Hong Kong is a world financial center. And as I mentioned, I want to look at, I have a project that's looking at how we can retain or enhance Hong Kong World Financial Center status if we have all these metaverse becoming very popular, and how we can leverage on technology such as AI, generative AI, and look at this thing called the Metaverse. Metaverse, sometimes they call it the internet too, the next version of internet. So we can look at all this and see how we can enhance or at least maintain Hong Kong financial center status in all these new technologies era. So in Hong Kong, the fintech initiative, we can look at a few. So for example, the opening of application programming interfaces, we call APIs, for banking sectors to facilitate the information integration for enhanced products and services. We also have the launch of the fintech supervisory sandbox for financial institutes to conduct pilot studies. And we also have the in Hong Kong, the Industry Project Master Network aimed at grooming fintech talents. So we also want to have fintech talents in Hong Kong, as many as possible, because that's the trend. That's the next evolution or trend in the financial services sector. So we want to train the fintech talents with all these fintech initiatives. Most of you may have heard of this thing called the Metaverse, or in Chinese they call 元宇宙. By the way, you can ask a question later if you can ask orally. I can understand Cantonese. I speak Cantonese, not expert level, but I can speak Cantonese. You can talk to me in Chinese as well. I can understand Chinese and speak in Chinese. 普通话. English would be more comfortable for me because I just moved from North America to Hong Kong. So what's a Metaverse? It's an integrated network of 3D virtual world. So you can access the virtual world through virtual reality headsets. So the user can navigate using eye movement, feedback controllers, voice commands, or sometimes we have the gloves that you can wear on the hand and you can manipulate things. A broader or more common definition of this Metaverse is an embodied virtual reality experience. It's a Web3 framework for economic interoperability as a creative platform for experiences. Roblox is one of the popular one, and a lot of kids are familiar with that. You can create a lot of interesting stuff in Roblox. That's a Metaverse. Okay. One example of a Metaverse. So fintech innovation in Metaverse. So what can you do in Metaverse for financial related services? You can do virtual trading. You can collect digital collectibles. Okay, for example, drawings, painting, decentralized finance, we call DF. Advantages of developing a fintech in the Metaverse. The ideal situation is to have seamless digital transactions, personalized financial advice. You can talk to a person, or you can even talk to a AI avatar. An avatar is powered by an AI machine. So behind the avatar is actually AI machine, like for example, ChatGPT. Okay, financial advice. You can enhance the risk management capabilities. You can increase the efficiency, scalability, and customer centricity. We want to focus on the customer. We want to provide personalized services to the customers. So these are the possible Fintech Innovation in Metaverse. Some of the companies that are making wave in the finance sector, in Metaverse space, you can see that some of the tech giant like Microsoft, Facebook, we mentioned about the Roblox, Nvidia, there's also a chip making company, Unity, Robonomics. So some of these are making wave in the Metaverse in the financial sector area. So we mentioned about AI and then generative AI, and also we want to see how we can integrate those into the Metaverse and also the fintech sector. So for the Metaverse, you are not going to run away from AI. A lot of things behind that is related to AI, and AI is basically a major portion of the driving force or the operating force behind this Metaverse. So what is AI? So computer systems or machines that can complete tasks which usually require human intelligence and logical deduction. So some examples of all these AI possibilities, chatbots like ChatGPT, virtual assistants, recommendation systems, those drones that are pilotless, those autonomous vehicle, driverless vehicles, and AI translation like Google Translate, and text conversion, you can convert from one language to the other one, for example, from English to Chinese or Japanese or vice versa. And then for AI, we generally classify them into two kinds, okay? One is what we call the weak AI, or artificial narrow intelligence. They focuses on a narrow area. Like for example, the ChatGPT is mainly on language processing. It's a large language model. If you look at the autonomous vehicle, it's basically driving the vehicle. Pilotless drone, same thing, driving the drones. The Google Translate is for translation. So they are usually in a narrow area. Now, we also look at strong AI. This is something that people are concerned about. So what is a strong AI? Strong AI is artificial general intelligence. So the definition is that a strong AI is capable of most, if not all, the cognitive functions that a human may have, and they can apply intelligence to more than one specific area. So for example, you use Google Translate. The Google Translate is not going to be able to drive a vehicle, okay, or to maybe write a text, okay. So, but a strong AI will be able to do a lot of things. You may be able to do Google Translate stuff, translation of text, and maybe translation of languages. You can also drive vehicles. You can also maybe fly a drone. You can also create a story like the ChatGPT. So when it comes to strong AI, it has most, if not all, the capabilities or cognitive functions of a human. So we can do language translation, we can write stories, we can drive vehicles. So a strong AI will be able to do most of this. And that's a concern for most people or scientists, that we are closer and closer to having a strong AI. What's the reason for having the concern? Once you have a strong AI, it may, after that, becomes really exponentially becoming more and more powerful and can replace most humans, or be smarter than most humans, if not all human. Then it becomes a big problem. So strong AI is a concern. Currently, most, if not all, the AI at this point in time are weak AI. So they are strong in a certain narrow area, but not able to do all the things that a human can do. So some of the really exciting developments in AI, sometimes we call that exciting and also frightening. So I'm not going to show you the video. I'll just briefly mention some of them. So we have this thing called the AlphaGo Zero. Go is a game the black and white one. On the right hand side, you can see the picture. So the Weiqi, they call Weiqi in Chinese, it's a Go game. So the AlphaGo is without the zero. Okay, AlphaGo is a machine or AI. They are trained using past human Go games to play the Go game. After some training, he actually became much better than human. He beats I think the best player 4-1. So out of 5 games, he beat the best player in Go 4-1. Now the scary one is the next one, the AlphaGo Zero. What's AlphaGo Zero? So what's AlphaGo Zero different from AlphaGo? AlphaGo uses previous human Go games as a training set. Okay, so we learned from there. Now AlphaGo Zero did not use previous human games. Okay, we have been playing the Go games for 2,000, 3,000 years. So AlphaGo Zero starts from zero. It basically plays with itself. It only understands what are the rules of the game. Okay, what can I do in the game? What is possible move and what are illegal moves? Okay, it learned by itself. And less than a month, about 21 days, okay, it became the top player in the world. So it became the top player in the world, beating the AlphaGo from human knowledge. So AlphaGo Zero beats AlphaGo 100-0. Okay, it won all the 100 games. And it learned by itself without human previous game knowledge. And it learned within less than a month. Okay, and we have been playing the games for 2,000, 3,000 years. Now, at the bottom of the picture on the right-hand side, you can see some red small little creatures and blue little creatures. So they were trained to play games. So they are playing hide and seek. So one group, like the red small little creatures, are supposed to catch the blue creatures. So, and there are some blocks around. So they are playing hide and seek. And again, they play by itself. And these blue little creatures will learn what's the best way to hide, like building this barricade. But with them inside there, so that the red creatures cannot catch them. Now, of course, the red creatures are learning as well. So they'll learn how to jump, how to surf, and where to find the loophole. So very interesting video. You have time to look at it. It's by OpenAI, the same one that's having the ChatGPT. So this is probably 4 or 5 years ago. So the two groups will learn, and after millions of trial, they come up with very interesting strategy, and all by their own learning. So again, that's very interesting and in a way frightening. How come they know all this strategy, and how come they can collaborate? So the red creatures will collaborate among themselves, and the blue creatures will collaborate among themselves. So very interesting how they can learn to collaborate and how they can evolve over time. Now, when this ChatGPT came out, 4.0, ChatGPT 4.0 came out a few months ago, beginning of the year. So one of the famous songwriter or singer, Zhou Jielun was saying that, okay, I'm not concerned about that because I'm a songwriter. I can, it's a creative task. It's not easy for a machine or AI to replace me. And somebody go and say, well, okay, let's ask ChatGPT to write a Chinese song, that's similar to Zhou Jielun's style. So ChatGPT wrote one. It was not bad. You can go and Google as well. It's on YouTube. How ChatGPT wrote a Chinese song similar to Zhou Jielun's style. Okay. So the creative task is also learning very fast by all this AI. So that becomes really frightening because they are not supposed to be too creative, but they are. Now they are. So the Gen AI, we call the generative AI. So a set of algorithms that's capable of generating a new and realistic content using training data. So you train them with a lot of data, and after that, they can come up with new text, new writing, new drawing. So text, images, they can even write, come up with some new audio. So what the famous one is the ChatGPT. ChatGPT stands for Generative Pre-trained Transformer. is an AI chatbot developed by OpenAI. It's a large language model. Okay, it's a large language model. It trained on a lot of languages. So you look at the on the right hand side, you look at the generative AI market. So you can look at, for example, model infrastructures. We have OpenAI and others like DeepMind, also a very popular company. When you look at copy editing and marketing, okay, a bunch of them, okay, they are working on those texts. For images, also a bunch of companies, they are looking at image generation, image database, video generation, editing. So getting really, really powerful. Audio, you have a synthetic voice. Sometimes you look at those video that are being authored by AI. So you may have some president sing a song with a mouth movement, but of course, it's not the actual president singing the song, but they just edit the video so that they can sounds like the president or some famous people singing the song. So this is a generative AI. So I mentioned about the concern about this generative AI or Gen AI. One thing is that it's getting really creative, innovative. Okay, so these are AI generated images, right? So if your kids were to, or your relative or your students or your teacher were to draw something like this, you say they're pretty good. And these are drawn by AI. And the one on the right hand side, okay, that's an award-winning arts. I think was end of last year, if not mistaken, or beginning of this year. So they have this arts competition, and this piece by AI actually won the competition. Of course, the human artists were complaining, it's unfair. How can you have an AI competing with human? But to me, it's like, wow, this is a pretty interesting piece of art, and it's better than human. Then it's better than human, right? So these are arts generated by AI. So AI is getting pretty creative, pretty smart, pretty innovative. So what's the Gen AI impact on the job market? So you look at, we talk about fintech, okay, we talk about fintech, and then we're trying to link this Gen AI to Metaverse and how this fintech can operate in the Metaverse. Banking is one that will be impacted heavily by Gen AI. So the one in purple on my computer is high potential automation. The one in green is a higher potential for augmentation, means the AI can support that. And then the pink one will be the lower potential for augmentation or automation. And the one in probably the very, very light purple will be a non-language task. Probably not so much of a concern at this point in time, but you will change very quickly. So you look at banking, we mentioned about the fintech. Okay, banking, more than half, 54%, have a high potential of being automated or taken over by AI, and 12% are having a high potential for augmentation. You look at insurance companies, okay, 40%, almost half, 48%, can have a high potential for automation, and 14% high automation for augmentation. Okay, so the financial industry, okay, are heavily or will be heavily impacted by all this Gen AI, generative AI. So we look at the combination of these three things, the Metaverse, the Gen AI, the FinTech. So Metaverse and the rapid advancement in AI creates unprecedented opportunities. There are lots of opportunities to integrate and enhance FinTech in the Metaverse. So for example, some of the potential or opportunities, so seamless digital transactions, okay, virtual financial platforms, 24/7 personalized financial advice and communication. You can probably talk to an AI, okay, and ask the AI for advice and ask AI for maybe information on your account. Enhance risk management capabilities, when we are doing investments, of course, we are concerned about the risk. Okay, what are the risk potential there, or how can we reduce the risk so we can get more return on investment? So enhance risk management capabilities. Maybe also how you can distribute your wealth among different sectors. Maybe some are in bonds, some are in stocks. They are more maybe high return but high risk. And also increasing efficiency, scalability, and customer centricity. Okay, how we can provide better services when we have all this combination, the Metaverse, the FinTech, and the Gen AI. So you can also harvest rich data in Metaverse for FinTech advancements. So with data science, business analytics, we are actually trying to get more and more data so that we can provide better prediction, okay, better advices. So Gen AI is built and evolved based on large amount of training data. So there's a lot of data available in Metaverse. Okay, you can capture a lot of data because the whole interaction is in a virtual environment. You can capture the user behaviors. You can capture the social interactions, the user-generated content, the economic transactions. And what are the advantages of Metaverse data? It's in a virtual world, it's in a digital computerized environment. So accessibility, you can get most of the data you want if you want to capture them. Comprehensiveness, the real-time nature of the data, the accuracy of the data, the cost effectiveness. So how can you capitalize the dynamic nature of Metaverse for FinTech transaction? So you can have a diverse content demands. As I mentioned earlier, you can have a user behavior, you can have transaction behavior, you can have interaction, human interaction behavior, and also interaction content. So Gen AI can unlock the potential and deliver substantial value to FinTech in the Metaverse environment, real-time adaptability and optimization. So they can remember you. You go into the Metaverse, this is your preferences, just like a human being. When I go to my bank, I like my bank managers or bank person that's helping me to understand my characteristics, my personalities, how I want things to be done. Okay, what are my preferences? Rather than every time I go there, I will start to having a new person or a new person interact with me. Then every time I have to tell them my preferences. So I want to have a person that will, or something, or maybe an avatar or AI that will remember your past interaction. So that when you go there, they know, okay, that's what you like, that's what you do not like. So we don't have to start from beginning all the time. We can also enhance the human-AI interactions in Metaverse. So the Gen AI can create human-like conversation content for avatars, and behind the avatar is an AI machine or AI system in the Metaverse environment. So it's an immersive environment, and AI-driven avatars in the Metaverse can create virtual face-to-face conversations for the consumers. You can also enhance the social interactions. You can forge deeper emotional connections. So they can probably understand you better and capture your behavior. So the next time they can tell you that, oh, I know you like this this kind of investment, you do not like this kind of investment. Okay, or you like to invest in this currency and you do not like to invest in these other currencies. So some kind of personalized services can be enhanced in the Metaverse environment where you can capture most of the data. And once your AI or Gen AI is good enough, they can store this information and they can use the information in future interaction. So the opportunities. So you look at the maybe in the FinTech area, what are the future interaction? You can have human-human interaction in the real world. You can have human-human interaction in the Metaverse, maybe represented by two avatars. You can have human-AI interaction in the real world. Even in the current world, you can talk to an AI machine, maybe through your monitor, your computer. you can have human AI interact in the Metaverse. You can talk to an AI avatar in the Metaverse. In fact, I would think that in the future, in a very near future, I would like to have a personalized, maybe a fintech avatar or investment avatar or wealth avatar manager that can manage my wealth as an AI machine, knowing my preferences. And my AI wealth manager can interact with other financial entities in the Metaverse and help me to do investment. Okay, most of the people don't want to care about the day-to-day fluctuation in the stock market prices, like the Dow Jones. It was probably 3-4 days ago, it was down by a few hundred points, and the last 2-3 days it was up by a few hundred points. Right, most of the time, humans don't have that kind of time or interest to monitor that on a day-to-day basis. But you want somebody to do that for you, and usually your wealth managers may not have the time to monitor that for you constantly, real-time basis. You have a AI wealth manager. Well, maybe the computational speed, okay, the ability to collect real-time data, they can actually monitor that for you 24/7, right, all the time. Monitor for you and do the investment for you. So that will be what I'm looking for in the future, to have a AI wealth manager that can serve a lot of people on 24/7. Okay, not every 3 months to take a look at your portfolio and then they see what should be your investment directions. That's really not optimizing. You want the wealth manager to be monitor your portfolio all the time. Okay, may not change the transaction all the time or your investment all the time, but they should monitor that preferably on a real-time basis. So enhance customer engagement. Okay, Gen AI will be better and more powerful. It's getting more and more powerful every month, every year. So we are going to see a very powerful Gen AI in a very near future. Okay, now you may say, wow, some of the things are not accurate, some of the things are not correct, but just give it another 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, you'll become very powerful. Metaverse is getting more and more realistic and immersive. Now, with all the advancement in technology, you can wear your good goggles, you can go into environment, and then you can be looks like a real environment where you can interact with other avatars. Okay, so it's going to become more realistic and immersive. The technology is still not 100% there yet. It still needs improvement, but it's getting there. Okay, it's getting there. So you combine the Gen AI and Metaverse together, you can create a highly interactive and personalized virtual financial advisor. So that'll be good, because we really want, in fact, as I mentioned earlier, I'll prefer to have a virtual AI wealth managers, okay, do my investment for me and monitor it 24/7. So the Gen AI driven avatar can engage customer in real time, provide customized financial advice, answer queries, make financial services more engaging and accessible. So I mentioned about this earlier, 24/7 support. You want your financial advisor, your financial wealth manager to be available all the time, not just for you to ask questions, but actually monitor your portfolio and make some decision for you, okay, around the clock. Cost efficiency. Once you have more and more people using all these financial services, like Gen AI, it can actually reduce the financial cost. Okay, large quantity, the cost will go down. Small quantity, you'll be expensive. So as more people uses Gen AI for financial operation, the cost should go down. Okay. You also can learn about financial education, financial knowledge you can gain from, like in a virtual environment, in a metaverse environment, with AI powered avatar. Learn about when to make investment, what are the right investment strategies, how to manage your risks. So that will make the financial management knowledge more accessible to more people. I think a lot of people may not have that kind of training to understand a lot of financial knowledge, But with all this virtual education and AI-based AI-powered education, more and more people can know how to make the right kind of investment. Data-driven insights. Okay, Gen AI can process large amount of data in real time, so it can provide user with data-driven insights along the market trend, the investment opportunities, and the risk assessments. Right. So, what is the trend now, and is it going to go up or go down based on? They should understand also world crisis, right? The Russia-Ukraine war is going to affect the oil prices, and then the market may be affected. The war between Israel and Palestine may also affect the prices, and will affect some of the maybe impact some of the stocks that heavily relying on that part of the world. Okay, so that kind of market trends, investment opportunities, risk assessments. If AI can help out, or we can collect a lot of data and process them real time, that would be good. This is an interesting one, cross-border transactions. Okay, how we can use all this Gen AI, Metaverse to do cross-border transaction, like trading across with maybe Singapore, it's a New York, Tokyo stock market. Okay, all this cross-border financial transaction. So it can make it easier for user to engage in international financial activities within the Metaverse. So there are challenges. There are a lot of challenges to make all this possible. So one is a technological concern. So I mentioned about the Metaverse. The current technology to provide a fully immersive and comfortable experiences are still lacking. Okay, it's developing very fast, but it's still not 100% or satisfactory yet. Okay, so there's still room for improvement. So creation of a realistic virtual environment and intelligent conversational avatars is still a challenge. It's improving exponentially with like ChatGPT, but there are still rooms for improvement. There are potential for Gen AI to enhance the creation and adaptability of Metaverse. Okay, that one we're also still exploring how to make it even better, the Metaverse environment. Ensuring the stability and security of Metaverse platform is computerized. There's a lot of security threat. Okay, so we need to control that and how we can manage that. Okay, stability and security is a big challenge. So if the financial transaction occur within the virtual environment, safeguarding against cyber threats and technical glitches becomes more critical. You want to make sure that your transaction is registered and is processed correctly, and your informations are not captured by some other people. Okay, so the cyber security threats and technical glitches, all these need to be managed. Legal concern. One of the big problems why the Metaverse or financial activities in Metaverse are not taking off exponentially is the legal concern. Okay, lack of regulation in Metaverse financial activities. So necessity for well-defined guidelines. For example, you want to do cross-border transaction. Okay, will you be breaking any laws? Who has the legal authority if there's some dispute? Where should you file your complaint?
Boring.
Okay, I will try to finish up soon. Okay. So the inadequacy of legal regulation will increase the risk of financial institutions and investors. So we are trying to also look at the legal structure, how we can have strong legal structures in Metaverse to support all these financial activities. Ethical concerns, okay, social economic inequalities. Not everybody can access Metaverse, especially you need to buy some of the goggles and some of the equipments. Those may not be cheap. Data bias, concern about transparencies, accountability, challenges related to data privacy. AI generated entities within the Metaverse may blur the line between human and machine. So is it ethical for you to provide services when you don't tell your customers whether they are interacting with a human or interacting with an AI avatar driven by AI machine. So as the AI start to develop, and once you come to strong AI, so do we have to grant the rights to AI entities? Okay, are they going to have rights like human rights for this AI who have maybe eventually have some human capabilities, human consciousness? Are we going to grant the legal rights to them, okay, for AI entities? So human values and aspiration, we want to make sure that these issues are looked after when we integrate Gen AI, Metaverse, and trying to do all this for financial or fintech areas. So will financial services take off in Metaverse? If you look at the projection, the Metaverse market size is going to increase more or less exponentially. The fintech area is still lacking. Okay, we can see that the dark blue line, blue bar. Okay, there's a lot of opportunities. This data was captured around 2021, but now with ChatGPT, Gen AI, is the financial Metaverse market is going to be exponentially increased. We are hoping for that, and we are trying to plan for that. So as I say, this project is related to what I'm doing, that we want to ensure that the Hong Kong World Financial Market status will be retained or enhanced once if this financial Metaverse market takes off in the future. So some of the caution by some of the people, AI might capture the world, replace human altogether, and AI will replace a lot of jobs. We saw mention about that earlier. And this Elon Musk saying that AI is actually very dangerous, especially once we come to strong AI. So we want to ensure that the future is something on the left-hand side and not the right-hand side. Okay, all right, so that comes to the end of my presentation. Okay, thank you. And I'll pass back to the MC, Benny.
Yeah, thank you very much for Professor Seal's amazing sharing today. And thank you everyone for attending today's seminar.